Water was coming in through Collene's truck. She tried to step out to warn her husband, who was sleeping in the house, but the water was hip deep. At that moment, she knew she couldn't save her husband, so she did the only thing she could do. She prayed.
It was a normal day. I woke up and I went to work. 10 minutes till 5, I left my house, and around 6:10, a vendor came into my place of business and told me that one of the businesses in Kerrville were flooding, and at that time I knew my house was flooding. So my husband was at home asleep, so I tried to call him and he wasn't answering, and I was getting panicky. I was worried about him because I knew my home was underwater, or, experiencing water. So I eventually was able to get in my truck and come down Old Ingram Loop to try and retrieve my husband out of our home, and my truck stalled. Water was coming into the truck. I opened the driver's door, I put my left leg out, and the water was almost up to my hip. And I turned around and put my right hand on the door because I knew at that time I could not save my husband. So I went to the firehouse and I prayed. All the way to the firehouse, I just prayed. And I really believe that I was walking on water because I made it safely. And the rescuers came, and that's what saved my husband's life. And I am so blessed. We lost a lot of things, but we didn't lose a life. And everybody needs to understand that lives are irreplaceable. Materialistic things can be replaced, but not a life. So I'm very blessed today to be at my home with some Christian organizations. They're all volunteers, and they have been a true blessing. They are packing my home up. They've managed to make a storage place for them in our garage. There's lots of memories, but those memories you'll hold in your heart and in your mind forever. So they'll never be gone. I have nothing but blessings. I am truly blessed. I don't know what I would have done without the help from y'all. The community would help, but everybody has jobs. Everybody has their own devastation going on. You know what I mean? And y'all have it's like a miracle. It's like, oh, wow. We're going to be moving into a studio apartment this weekend, and we were wondering, how in the heck are we going to do this? And now we're able to not have to worry about this part of it. We can just grab the stuff that we need out of the garage and we can move on into the studio apartment because we know where everything's at. It's a blessing.
It's only been a few weeks since the horrific flooding in Texas. So many children killed as a result, so many people having severe and significant damage to their home. What a traumatic event for that whole community. And, much of the country has moved on. People have their lives to lead and things move out of the news cycle. But that community is still in desperate need. And we see Collene's story there. Amazing she's talking about her blessings and that she is blessed. And you saw those Operation Blessing volunteers in the field, on her property, in her home. She was in a situation where she was grateful her husband was alive. But what's next? How do I begin in the next hours or days to recover? How do I begin to put life back together? When you're alone, it's very difficult, if not impossible, to do so. But she found people there on site from Operation Blessing and other ministries representing the love of Christ. We saw John Jessup's story earlier from Chicago about the church, the community stepping up to bring people hope. That was a different sort of help and hope. And in this disaster, families like Collene's were blessed because people like you who watch the 700 Club and our CBN partners make it possible for Operation Blessing to be in the field. When you're a 700 Club partner, which is just $20 a month, a portion of your gift will go to support Operation Blessing, making it possible for us to be in the field helping people. You can give us a call, 1-800-700-7000, and simply say, I want to join the 700 Club. You can go to our website, cbn.com, or you can text CBN to 71777. Now, CBN does so many great things around the world thanks to people like you spreading the love of Jesus. One thing we're able to do is have folks from Operation Blessing working with local churches, bringing help and hope. When you join the 700 Club, we want to say thank you by investing in your daily spiritual life and walk. We're going to send you something called Walking in the Spirit. This is about the Holy Spirit, the person of the Holy Spirit, who He is, how He operates, how He makes such a tremendous difference in our life. We need to understand who the Holy Spirit is. This devotional and video series does just that. It's a simple way of us saying thank you. It's yours when you join the 700 Club. If you're a 700 Club partner already, we say thank you so much for the difference you're making.